We get you a good place, don't worry.
I want this place.
Can you grab your phone? We can look for an apartment now.
Could you please say yes for once to me?
No! You sound a little spoiled.
This entire season has just been Gino cowering in fear in a corner while Jasmine loses it, and as the season has progressed and he gets more stressed out, his hat gets further and further off his head, you know, like to where his bald head is showing.
You know what, like, I've been so good to you, so good to you. I get along even with my exes better than I do with you. They are better people.
Just yell, don't you? Yeah.
And he's better looking than you. And he has even more money than you.
Yeah,
and he's young and he doesn't have sex problems like you do.
Exactly.
I really need to be careful what I wish for, because before this season started, I was actually looking forward to having these two back on, and then I watched the first episode and I felt kind of sick. This all began with Gino's potato rebellion. Does everybody remember that?
So, you're gonna help me peel the potatoes. All I want you is to peel this. Sit there and peel this potato. Peel the potato. Do you mind hurrying up? And you have to peel a carrot. Baby, hurry up.
No. I'm not peeling with that knife anymore. I need a peeler.
The beet.
Oh shit.
What about it?
Don't peel that beet, Gino.
Peel it.
Don't peel it, Gino. Don't do it. Without even having to get into who is right or wrong in this situation, if your relationship is falling apart over a beet peeling incident, I don't think it was meant to be. If you were to ask me to describe this relationship, I wouldn't even use words. I would just show you a picture of a toxic waste dump. And at this point, I think I would be more comfortable at a toxic waste dump than if I had to spend any amount of time with these two in real life. It's pretty clear that Jasmine is completely incapable of having mature discussions about topics that are very important for couples to talk about. And on the other hand, Gino is aware of this, and there's no sign of improvement in any way, shape, or form when it comes to their communication. Just watch what happens when the dude tries to have a conversation about a prenup.
If you're done telling me what your thoughts are, I'll tell you
but
what
I just want to warn you, like, be careful with what you said. Because if there is a prenup, there is no marriage. There is no engagement.
listen.
There is nothing.
Let me speak first.
But you have to be clear because you're going to be just wasting your time explaining to me.
You know, I hate to say it, but she's right, Gino. You are just wasting your time with this conversation. It blows my mind that Gino still continues to try to have rational conversations. Like, what do you think's gonna happen at this point? You can approach this in all of the right ways, and it's still not going to lead anywhere. It's actually fascinating to watch.
No, it's
If
not.
there is a prenup, I'm not gonna marry you. Period.
He thinks he's gonna change this person's mind. That is hilarious. When I saw this for the first time, I don't think I've ever been so scared in my life. It's even scarier than a horror movie because I can't constantly remind myself this person isn't real. This person is very real, and I am terrified. Gino looks terrified too. Look, I don't think I've ever seen a more defeated posture than this. It looks like he's just gonna sink into the ground and melt into a liquid.
No.
I'm not gonna listen.
Okay, well then that shows me that you don't love me, you don't give it.
Okay,
So all of it. Forget it now. Just forget it.
you.
Gino has been having more of these self-aware moments where he realizes that Jasmine is treating him horribly, and I think he has a hard time leaving because maybe he thinks that he'll never be able to do better than Jasmine, and he's also put so much money into this relationship, and he spends so much money on her to begin with. But, you know, what do you expect if this is the type of relationship that you're purposely seeking out? You want someone a lot younger who's interested in your money, and then you're surprised when that person ends up being kind of immature?
I mean, this is exactly why I propose a prenup.
Oh my god.
She's always screaming and yelling and can't have a normal conversation.
Oh shit, it's almost like that's somebody you shouldn't be in a relationship with, and that it's never gonna work, and that you're gonna be miserable forever if you stay with her. Now, Gino, you better peel that beet or I am gonna lose it.
With what?
And you have to peel a carrot.
No, I need a cutting board. I will not do it on the plate. If you don't have a cutting board, I can't do it.
This man has seen some shit. If he weren't already bald, I guarantee she'd be making him go bald. In fact, I feel like somehow he's going to become the first person to go bald twice.
Yes, I love her, but I've had fears about her temper since I've met her. Well, actually more, since I met her in person.
Are you talking about
Oh no, run. Run, Gino. Run like Paul.
Pack up your things. Get out of here. Get out of here, Gino.
So just keep in mind that she's kicking him out of the apartment that he pays for. that costs $3,000.
You know, if you truly love me, you would listen to my proposal. You didn't even give me
Okay, what is the proposal?
my proposal. So, and I even write protection for Jasmine. That's the headline.
All right, let's do some multiple choice. How do you think this is gonna go? A, she rips up the paper. B, she rips up the paper and throws it at him. C, she rips up the paper, throws it at him, and calls him an idiot. D, she rips up the paper, throws it at him, calls him an idiot, and then kicks him out. E, she rips up the paper, throws it at him, calls him an idiot, kicks him out, and threatens to go have sex with her ex-boyfriend who lives in the same building. Or finally, F, she hears him out. Cast your votes, everybody.
You would be giving the highest amount of financial protection. Do you understand that? Now I'm trying to explain to you.
Okay, we're not off to a great start. Gino, you're gonna have to make multiple copies of this. You should know better by now. Amateur hour over here.
So this means that if I initiate divorce, I'm gonna get the very small amount. That means
If
that
you
I'm
do.
stuck with you. If you cheat on me, I have to accept it. I cannot get divorced.
No. It says except for cheating.
I don't want this.
You see that, Gino? It doesn't really matter what terms you set. She does not like the idea as a whole. And to be fair, I don't think this has been some big secret from Jasmine. I'm pretty sure she's always been clear she doesn't want to sign a prenup.
I don't want this.
Don't rip that up.
Oh, there we go.
You know what? I took a picture of it anyway.
Ah, okay, so he is better prepared than I thought. He took a picture of it. See, he knows Jasmine well enough to know that she's absolutely going to take that from him and rip it up. Just in the same way he knows she'll probably take his hat at some point, so he has a bunch of little hats underneath his big hat. Kind of like Russian dolls, you know, she takes one off and it's just slightly smaller every time until it gets to a little teeny tiny potato at the bottom.
So I would really appreciate if you just take your things and get out of my house.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Because you're a idiot.
The audacity. Get out of my house. The house that he pays for every single month.
Really?
Like all my demons come out because of you.
You
have
cannot
to
even
see the kind of
communicate.
relationship that I have with my exes.
Yell.
I get along even with my exes better than I do with you. They are better
You
people.
just yell, don't you? It's all you know how to do.
Even like I feel more attracted to my ex even than to you.
You know what's funny though is this whole season has pretty much been her complaining that he doesn't want to have sex with her. There really is no coming back from that in my opinion. If somebody tells you that their ex was better, okay, well then go be with your ex. Which in this case, he's just down the hall. Imagine if she said that her ex also peeled potatoes better than Gino, he probably would have completely lost it. That would have been just like way over the line.
You couldn't. You're the worst sexual person in the world.
Oh, you should just go and ask my ex-boyfriend if I'm the worst
have to
sexual
ask her.
person.
So what?
Go
Why
and
aren't you
ask
still with
him.
your ex?
Go and ask him.
Why aren't you still with your ex? Tell me that.
I won't even answer that.
It's because nobody on the planet could put up with this. And I think it's pretty telling that she has no answer to that question. So anyway, of course that's not the end. They've had a million arguments like that, and they always end up making up even though there's nothing that's actually been resolved. At this point, they're not exactly sure how long the K1 visa is going to take to get approved. So Gino wants to ask Jasmine if she would consider moving into a cheaper apartment, which is kind of funny because he's the one paying for it, so ultimately it's his decision. The rent for this apartment is $3,000 and she's living there alone, so I think it's more than fair to consider a cheaper option in the meantime. But this is Jasmine we're talking about. Do you really think she cares if something is fair or not? I don't even think she understands what that word means. Also, it seems like she keeps blaming Gino personally for the K1 visa process taking so long.
Now then you said like 9 months. Baby, it has been 13 months.
Yeah, but we had the pandemic that we had to go through, which
You always
lost
have
a
an
lot of
excuse
time,
for
so-
everything and an answer.
No, but it's true.
Baby, I want you to say, baby, I cannot live without you. Let's find a way to be together super fast.
So she's mad at him that he hasn't found some sort of magical loophole in the K1 visa process to allow them to be together quicker.
Baby, I want you to say, baby, I cannot live without you. Let's find a way to be together.
Baby, I'm not asking for that much, all right? If you really loved me, you would do this for me. You would just change the rules of society, just like that, for me, okay? Are you gonna do this for me, Gino? Are you gonna do this?
Okay, so when I get home, I'm going to follow up with immigration. I'm going to send a request directly to them asking
That is
what's
going to
the
be
status.
completely ignored as usual.
No. You have to have some patience.
You know what, Gino? I can't believe you're holding up the process like this. You know how much this is hurting me? And I can tell you're just using this as an excuse to keep paying for my apartment. I mean, what am I getting out of this, huh? You get to pay for my apartment, and what do I get to do? I get to sit here alone with my ex-boyfriend visiting only occasionally.
Okay, if I'm not going to have my man, will you then at least be willing to help me pay for this apartment until the K1 gets approved.
This is the face Gino makes when he knows a storm is coming. Oh, you silly Gino, thinking that you can have a civil discussion. Ha!
I've been so good to you, but I'm being spoiled just for asking for a decent place, even though when I met you, you had money for sugar babies, you were paying $300 for dates,
No,
you
it
have
wasn't.
money for your ex, you took her
Yeah.
to Disney,
She-
you took her to Legoland.
Oh man, Gino is never gonna hear the end of it when it comes to the whole Legoland trip. Okay, so he took his ex-wife to Legoland for like a few days or a week or something. That's not even nearly as expensive as paying for your apartment every single month, Jasmine. Does she have like a weird thing about Legoland? Is she really upset that she never got to go there with Gino? This is the fifth time she's brought this up. I think it's wrong to begin with for her to just constantly compare the amount of money he spent on his ex versus her, but even if we are gonna get down to it and compare, I bet he spent more on Jasmine.
That I'm begging you 1 month to pay for me living in a comfortable place.
No.
How
Sorry.
much did you pay
That
for that
was-
vacation?
Everybody just
Not
chill a little bit,
compare.
okay? Let's
Give
all
me
just
a number
calm down,
for
guys. Guys.
one
You
of
can't
vacation.
compare the two.
Gino has finally learned to stand up for himself, but there's really no limit to Jasmine's intensity, so if Gino tries to get intense, she's just gonna one-up him every single time.
You're a piece of trash.
I mean, you're
Because
trash. You want
she
to pay
was
the
No.
most money. This is the most expensive place.
Get out of here. Get off my place.
How many times has she threatened to kick him out at this point? It never seems to happen. She just sort of wanders around, cries, and then ends up apologizing.
Don't be throwing.
You 100 times. No.
Jasmine, I'm gonna need you to take a deep breath and calm down.
Pay for all those bitches, and all I ask is for a month of friendship, weirdo mother.
Cheap weirdo. I'm sorry, that's funny. That is ridiculous, though, for her to say that with the amount of money that he's actually spent on her. And of course, money in the amount that you spend on somebody does not equal love whatsoever. But if you form a relationship with somebody where that is representative of love to them, then what do you expect is going to happen? It would be one thing if he was just helping her out and it was reasonable and she was actually not treating him like shit, but that's not the case at all.
Want you to die.
It's more than.
I don't want you here. Get out of my house.
I think she might be a little bit angry. I feel like I'm not very good at body language in general, but so believe it or not, things actually get worse a little bit later when Gino insinuates that Jasmine is just as important as his family, but not more important until they get married, which to be fair is kind of a weird thing to say.
She's tied with my
No,
family.
I
right?
don't want to be tied with anyone.
After marriage, you would.
Marriage.
Okay, whatever.
Marriage. Idiot, how you gonna compare me to your family? What the heck
You don't
is
think
wrong?
my family's important? You got any
Not
brains in your head?
I'm not feeling.
It's not really fair when they argue because Gino doesn't have the intimidation factor that Jasmine has. I would not be scared of this guy. Whereas with Jasmine, I'm scared just watching on TV, so I cannot imagine actually being there. There are multiple times where you can literally see him trembling from fear.
You,
You.
mother. You. Family's trash. You,
I'm
I'm
outta
gonna go and my ex
Right
that
there, bitch.
knows how to me.
Okay, I think you get it, and there's no point making your headache any worse than it already must be by this point. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. If you'd like to see Gino's Potato Rebellion, then you can check that out on Patreon. I posted that back in June. Also, don't forget to check out the podcast if you're interested. We upload every single Thursday. If not, thanks for watching anyway. I hope you all have a wonderful week, and I will see you in the next one.
All I want you is to peel this. Sit there and peel this potato. Peel the potato.
Potatoes.
We just don't have the equipment that I would normally.
Yeah, baby, this is the 5th time you said it.